Now today here at the Old Bailey, the judge has just handed down a whole life term for those 3 murders in Peterborough, and he has also handed down a life sentence with a minimum of 12 years for those attempted murders in Hereford. Well, Dennehy has been in the dock today. She has been smiling, she has been laughing on certain occasions, she's been looking at her accomplices across the dock because they're all in the dock together, smiling, talking as the proceedings go on. And what's interesting about that whole life term is that she is the only woman serial killer who has been handed that length of sentence by a judge in England and Wales.
And Joe, tell us a little more. You talk about her demeanour in the court and her accomplices. Who else is there in that courtroom at the Bailey?
Well, there is Joanne Dennehy, of course, and there are 3 others. Gary Stretch, who was, I suppose you could call him her main accomplice. He's 7 foot 3 inches tall. He was a burglar. He would tell people he was a rubbish burglar because he kept getting caught and recognised because of his size. He was the man who helped Dennehy dump those bodies in those draining ditches just outside of Peterborough. He was the man who bought an Astra and drove Dennehy and himself across the Midlands to the city of Hereford. He was from Hereford, he'd lived there for a period of time, it was an area that he knew, so off he went. He took him and Dennehy to Hereford when she said that she wanted more people to kill. Then there is a man called Leslie Layton, a petty criminal before this, if you like, and he has been accused of helping Dennehy cover her tracks. It's something obviously he was found guilty of at the court case in Cambridge. He also helped Dennehy dispose of 2 of her victims' bodies in Peterborough. And there is another man, a man called Robert Moore, who has already pleaded guilty to assisting an offender, which meant he gave accommodation to Joanne Dennehy and Gary Stretch when he knew that they were on the run. And at the very, very end of the day, Dennehy, who's been in handcuffs throughout, turned to the court and she said, "I want you all to know I am sorry for those attempted murders, but I am not sorry for the murders."